Hey YouTube, it's Scott, your Hoosier Marshal. Here for another video from miserable Northeast Indiana, where we can't seem to catch a break at all with the weather. All we get is rain and storms, and more on the way. Today we had torrential rain, pea-sized hail coming down, thunder, lightning, and more is expected. So this is what, the 2nd of April? And I'm sick of April showers already. So today, in my Hardcastle marquee pipe that I dropped and broke and had to epoxy it back together, but she's still chugging away. I'm smoking a blend I made myself. It's half Lane BCA and half straight Turkish tobacco. And I think it's quite tasty. The harshness of the Turkish takes away the sweetness, the overpowering sweetness of BCA. And the BCA does vice versa with the harshness of the Turkish, and it makes a pretty tasty blend. And a smoky blend, but tasty. So before we go any further, I'm not smoking it right now, but first, a word from our sponsors. This video today is sponsored by Captain Black Original.
Captain Black, America's #1 pipe tobacco, for many reasons.
Ah, yes. That commercial right there should tell you what kind of bold men smoke a pipe. And now here's the part where I tell you that's the end of the pipes and tobacco related section of this video. So if that's all you're here for, click away. So the last couple months, I've sort of struggled to force myself to make videos. I felt like I just had nothing meaningful to talk about. And rather than talk about meaningless bullshit, I just didn't make videos. I was also struggling with the fact that my channel was kind of stagnant, the no growth, and I felt like I wasn't creating any content that people wanted to watch, so I just kind of slacked off. And we had some other things going on in our life that reared its ugly head and put a pause to things too. I struggled with the fact that, Piper Dave did a video a while back talking about how people have been taking breaks from social media. I don't feel like I really was taking a break from social media. I felt like I just hit a wall. And I guess every once in a while you do that. What do they call that? Writer's block. So I had YouTube content creator block, I suppose. But some of my videos, especially when I do like the WTF news videos, it take me 3, 4, 5 hours to put one of those together. And it would get like 30, 40 views. And it kind of frustrated me. So I stopped doing that. and slowed way down on making any videos. And then I told myself that I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing this, I guess, as a hobby, something to pass time. And I'm going to make videos about what I want. And if people don't want to watch them, I'm okay with that because I'm doing what I want. So the last 3 videos I made, I lost 1 subscriber for each video that I made. And I'm assuming it's because those people that I lost didn't like the content I was creating. And you know what? It's okay. That's the whole concept of Team Freedom and what we are all about. You don't like it, turn the channel. If you like it, tune in. That's your right, and I support your right, even if it means you unsubscribe my channel. So today, clicking through YouTube, watching videos, and my interests and my mindset takes me a lot of time to politics. Yeah, taboo politics. That's my interest. And I have an interest in speaking my mind about what I think about politics. And the hot topic has been President Trump, Elon Musk, Doge. I've made a few other videos talking about Doge and how I don't think what they're doing is a bad thing at all. Some of you hate it. Some of you think that it's a complete waste of time. And when I watch the news and I watch YouTube videos and I see just the hatred coming from people over this, it irritates me. It pisses me off to no end. I will, throughout this video, insert some clips or video segments about the subject. I do not understand for the life of me why any tax-paying American citizen would be angry and even turning to violence and mischief, criminal mischief, as a matter of fact, terrorism, because you're so angry about this. What goes through your brain?
Amid mass firings, the Pentagon has effectively put a halt on the use of travel and purchasing credit cards by its civilian employees and ordered any workers currently traveling to return as soon as possible, according to a pair of memos issued this week. One memo puts a $1 limit on the government cards, which renders them mostly useless and will likely bar employees from making a wide range of purchases related to work with the Defense Department.
You know what goes through your brain? You hate Trump so much that it doesn't matter if he's doing the most amazing thing in the world. You can't stand the fact that he's doing it. Elon Musk and his team, the Doge team. He's helping Trump achieve a goal. So you hate Elon Musk and his team. You call them names, you make funny memes about them, you make evil mean memes and videos about them. When all they're doing is trying to save you. Save our country and make our country better. Cut fraud, waste, and abuse, just like they say. if someone came into your personal life and said, I have the means and the ability to go through your finances, cut waste or fraud and abuse, and save you tons of money and make your life better so you can be putting more money in your savings account or in your retirement account, or just the fact that you would have more money to spend on whatever you want. Money to take a vacation, spend on your children, spend on your wife, donate to charity, whatever you chose to do with it. But if someone came to you and said, I have the means and the ability to do this, and I just want to help you, and I will sit down and I will do this for free, would you be pissed at them? Would you do all the things that they're doing to these people now because they're working with President Trump?
Meanwhile, Elon Musk and the Doge team tackling fraud in Social Security, vowing to end schemes that are draining taxpayer dollars.
As the saying goes, the wheels of justice turn slowly but surely. And I think probably the person that stole 400,000 Social Security numbers, at least, maybe more, will be arrested hopefully this week.
In 21, you see 270,000 people, goes all the way to 2.1 million in 24. These are non-citizens that are getting Social Security numbers.
Yeah, this is a mind-blowing chart.
We went there to find fraud, and we found this by accident.
All right. Valor CEO and Doge volunteer Antonio Gracias, the guy you just saw, was just with Musk in Wisconsin over the weekend. He joins us from the North Lawn. Antonio, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve.
That's a jaw-dropping number. Where did all those people come from?
Well, it made my jaw drop too when I saw it. We were in Social Security looking for fraud, waste, and abuse. And to do that, we actually looked at the enumeration system, the system by which people get numbers in America. And we found that there were just about 5+ million of them that came to the country as illegals, were giving various forms of parole or allowed in the country, and then got through an automatic system, Social Security numbers, so they get into our benefit systems. And we tracked that through and found that they were on the benefit programs. And just because we were curious, we then looked to see if they were on the voter rolls. And we found in a handful of cooperative states that there were thousands of them on the voter rolls, and that many of them had voted.
That's crazy, because you cannot vote in a federal election, but I think in certain local elections you can. But, once you get a Social Security number, that helps you do a lot of stuff. I know, Antonio, part of this started with a program from, I think, 2017 that got started, where if people came into the country and they were authorized to work, they would automatically give them a number. But, Elon was talking a little bit about how 400,000 Social Security numbers were stolen. It was one person. What can you tell us about that?
That's an ongoing investigation, so I don't know how much I can tell you. But we did find, as we looked through the programs, a particular employee that had actually sent themselves Social Security numbers through their email for reasons we don't understand, but clearly nefarious.
Yeah, it does sound like it. So let me ask you this, Antonio. Have you figured out, you saw these millions of people, non-citizens, on the Social Security rolls. Did they get benefits?
Yes, we actually tracked them through the benefit programs. We found them in virtually all the benefit programs. And one statistic for you is we found 1.3 million of them on Medicare.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen to those people?
Look, we've referred people that were registered to vote, which is a federal crime, and people that voted to ICE, to DHS, and to the DOJ. They've committed to prosecute. And I think it's super important to point out here that none of this would have happened without President Trump. I mean, President Trump had the courage to allow us to go across databases. He signed an executive order. It's never been done before, where agencies could talk to each other and databases could talk to each other. That allowed us to connect all this data to find these people across the system, across the benefit systems, all the way to the voting records.
Yeah.
It really took a lot of courage.
Hey, Antonio, you're a big shot business guy. You know what you're doing in your business. When you went in, I can't think of the last time somebody essentially audited the Social Security Administration, aside from the federal government. But, they've got all these kind of antiquated, crazy rules. Like, I know you uncovered millions of people over the age of 120, and just recently kicked them off the rolls, right?
Yes, that's correct. We did an audit of the entire system, enumeration system for Social Security. And look, the reality is the people in the government know this. There are many, very good people that are helping us. We couldn't have found this stuff without them. We need them to point us in the right direction, and then we looked at the data. So, if you ask people the right questions, they will give you the answers, and they want to help.
Yeah. Antonio, exit question for you. Given all of the abuses you've already found and these people who are getting federal benefits who should not, do you have a price tag on how much you guys are saving the American taxpayer just from Social Security?
I mean, look, it's in the billions. You saw the fraud on the phone lines itself. That was about $1.5 billion. And I would guess at Social Security already we're north of $10 billion.
Okay. Well, the meter's running. Antonio, thank you very much.
Those are kind of things you should be looking out for on your own. If you owned a business and someone came to you and said, I think this is going on in your business, I can save you money, I can cut waste, there's fraud, people are stealing from you, I have the means and the ability to correct this for you and make your business more profitable so you could put more money in your own pocket, pay your employees more, give your employees better benefits, help your company grow so you have a stronger future, so you can exist into the future. Would you be angry at them for doing this for you, for your company, for your employees, for their future, for your company's future and your future? Well, hell no, you wouldn't be.
Department of Government Efficiency is pledging to crack down on federal credit card spending after taxpayers were hit with a nearly $40 billion bill last year. DOGE announced plans to, quote, simplify the government's credit card program, which currently has 4.6 million active accounts, more than the total number of federal employees. The initiative says it's working with agencies to reduce administrative costs and will report back with a plan in 1 week. The General Services Administration has run the program since 1998, issuing government-linked credit cards to millions of employees across more than 250 agencies. The system is meant to streamline spending, but watchdogs have long flagged abuse. Government credit cards have been misused for everything from luxury meals to adult entertainment. A recent audit found that 12% of Defense Department travel charges violated spending policies, including $500,000 in transactions at casinos, bars, and even the Super Bowl. Another $1.2 billion in purchases weren't reviewed by supervisors. Under President Trump, DOGE has vowed to slash at least $1 trillion in federal spending. The Elon Musk-led initiative claims it has already saved taxpayers $55 billion since Trump took office.
But because of the fact we have a president who is a millionaire, who has a friend who is a billionaire, and asked his friend to get involved and help the government stop waste, fraud, and abuse, and his friend stepped up and is willing to do it, you hate him. That instantly makes you hate the president. It makes you hate Elon Musk. It makes you hate anyone on their team. And you're willing to let that hatred destroy our country. The waste, fraud, and abuse, the money that is taken by that, is your money. It's my money. That we pay the government, that we don't willingly pay it. They take it from us. We have no choice. But if they're going to do that to us, why in the hell would we not want someone to be sure that it's spent in the best possible way?
The Democrats, of course, spent all their time attacking President Trump and Elon Musk, and the Republicans, I felt like we asked legitimate questions about the waste, abuse, and overspending of our government. $36 trillion in debt. You can't get past that. And, we're getting a lot of complaints from federal employees that are saying that they have to show back up for work, that they still haven't been going back since COVID, things like that. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes. And And I think the name calling and everything else will continue, because that's the Democrats are chasing their tail right now. You know, this Doge thing, it's uncovering a whole lot more than that. And billions and billions of dollars that we're sending to terrorist organizations. And you got to wonder, some of this money, if it's not flowing right back into the back pockets of some politicians in Washington. And I think that's why the number one search this week on the Washington area computers was criminal defense attorneys.
In my opinion, the number one reason would be you just cannot stand our president. Maybe another reason is you're benefiting from it. Are you fraudulently getting Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, survivor benefits, SSI, whatever they call it? Are you living free off of the government? Yeah, you probably don't want anyone to find waste, fraud, and abuse. That's a simple answer as to why.
Congressman John Larson really calling out Elon Musk and Doge for their, what he calls, lack of transparency. Roll tape.
If he's so great, if these plans and all the fraud and abuse that he's found are so evident, why isn't he here explaining it? You know why. Because he's out to privatize Social Security. He's been on television the last couple of days talking exactly about Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, and what he intends to do. Privatize it.
I didn't hear that. Privatizing? I didn't hear that. Sorry. Anyway, the gentleman on the screen, right-hand side, is the co-chair of the Doge Caucus. His name is Aaron Bean, and he's joining me now. Congressman, are there any plans for Musk to give a full report to Congress on the wasteful spending he's uncovered?
First of all, Stuart Varney, it's great to be with you. I only hope the Academy was watching Representative Larson's performance, because if they were, I think Representative Larson might be nominated for an Academy Award for his dramatic role of just overstating the savings and the efficiencies that Elon Musk has continued to find and what Doge is doing. It's just a shame. It's almost like this. It's almost like this. Somebody breaks into your house. Elon Musk reviews the videotape, tells you who did it, and you scream, "Oh, you shouldn't have access to the videotape." And that's what the Democrats are just doubling and tripling down on. But as you know, Stuart, because I've watched you, you know we have a government we can't afford, and we have to wean ourselves off of this addictive government spending, and that's what we're doing right now.
If you went to the website, doge.gov, there's a complete listing of all the spending that they have found. You can read it line by line, thousands of lines. If the Democrats wanted to find out what wasteful spending he's uncovered, just go to the website. It's that simple.
That simple, Stuart Varney. It's a new level of Trump derangement syndrome. It's now Musk derangement syndrome, and anything that Trump or Musk is for, the Democrats seem to be against.
One last one for you. You say that you found $135 billion in unemployment insurance fraud. You just simplify it for us, will you? Who got the money, and can you get it back?
It's a great question, Stuart Varney. It's $135 billion minimum, could be more, of insurance fraud, unemployment insurance fraud during the pandemic. And I'll tell you who did it: fraudsters, con men, outright thieves who stole American taxpayer money. They didn't make a mistake on a form. They purposely misused the system to steal from us. And so yesterday we launched, or this week, a bill to get the money back. This bill extends the statute of limitations to go after the fraudsters. The Biden administration, for whatever reason, didn't make it a priority to get our money back. But Trump and our great Secretary of Justice, Pam Bondi, will make it a priority to get our money back. So, Stuart, please help me deliver a message from the American people to these fraudsters who stole our money. We want our money back. And this bill, which...
Are you a government employee that's skimming the books? Are you one of the people, as in one of these video segments that I'm going to put in this video, that are one of the millions of illegals in this country who were given a Social Security number and then given government benefits, given Social Security, given medical aid? Yeah, you're not going to want people to find out what you're doing, are you? I don't think so. I don't think that's the way the world works. But it's happening right now in our federal government. And there's many, many people who are satisfied with that. They're content. Content and don't want it to change. That blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. If someone was skimming from you like that and causing you heartache and pain and huge amounts of money from your personal accounts, you would go to the extreme extent of the law to make it stop. What is the difference? The only other thing would be is if you are a crooked politician who takes $180,000, $200,000 a year job working in Washington, D.C., but end up a millionaire. You don't want it to stop. You don't want people to find out what you're doing, how money is finding its way through channels into your back pocket. Shit runs downhill. Those people are up here doing their dastardly deeds, and the chain just goes down, down, down. The shit goes lower and lower and lower until they find that lowly peon, nobody, who thinks they're an activist and doing the right thing, that will go out on the street and vandalize Teslas, set Teslas on fire, protest, marches, hold signs. You people are getting nothing out of this. You're just the puppet. You're the puppet. And the people who are benefiting from it are the puppet masters up here, dangling the strings, playing you, making you dance in the street, holding your stupid little protest sign, and watching you chant stupid shit. That's all you are. Don't let that happen. Don't let yourself be that person. It's my money too. You should be just as angry and frustrated about this as I am, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian, whatever. It doesn't matter. You should be, at a minimum, you should be concerned about it and think, wait a minute, maybe this does need to happen. You know how I feel about it.